Hello everyone and welcome to this Deadlock skill ranking. In this video we're going to talk about every character's skill level, what you should be expecting when you pick up a character. Are they hard to master? Are they easy to pick up? I'm basically going to give you an outline and an overview on what to expect from every character. So if you're a new player, this should be a good video for you to know what you should expect from each character when you pick it up. High skill ceiling, meaning how far and how long it will take you to master a certain character. High skill ceiling means there's a lot to learn on that character. There's so much potential skills and techs that you need to learn to be able to, master the character mostly. But high skill ceiling doesn't necessarily mean the character is good. Sometimes a character needs a lot of time to practice and get good at, and still you might not be strong. So that does not mean like a strong character. Low skill ceiling is a character that is limited to how much they can do in a game. Like how much you can learn, there's a limit, and there's like a ceiling to how good you can be at that character. Now high skill floor is a character that when you start a game, when you play your first like 10 games with, you're gonna struggle very hard. You're gonna get stomped a lot, unfortunately, at the first few games with these characters, because most of their combos need a lot of practice. So yeah, a low skill floor is a character that can pick up and you'll be fine. You'll be doing well in most of your games, even the first few ones. But that doesn't mean that the character is weak or bad or anything. But these are not set in stone. As always, the game is still in beta, is still changing, and these things are subject to change. But most likely, most of them are going to be around the same. So starting with Abrams. Abrams falls on the low skill ceiling type of character, because there's really not much in his kit that gives him agency over mechanics. Like there used to be a mechanic where you can like dash with his forward thing, but they removed that, so his movement is limited, so there's no like movement text that you can do with him, and he's mostly like relies on melees or just being a tank basically. The only skillful thing that can be used creatively is his ultimate sometimes, but I wouldn't class it as high skill ceiling just because of that. Now, is he high skill floor or low skill? I think he's low skill floor just because of his basic abilities. It's not a lot of actives. You don't rely on landing skill shots or being precise with what you do. Apollo I would say is high skill ceiling. And before you throw your pitchforks at me, listen. Sorry, I just had to make a smaller so it can all fit. So Apollo is a high skill ceiling just because most of his kits really relies on him being very agile. His kit helps him with being very agile, but also he needs to fulfill the maximum amount of damage and efficiency. He needs to have really good movement and control over his abilities. His 2, I think, has the most skill of them all, just because it can be used in the air. For example, for an Apollo to cancel a 7's ult, he needs to position himself in a very specific spot to where 7 is to be able to riposte his ult into him and cancel it. I tried it multiple times, but yeah, it does need a lot of practice. Apollo is a strong character right now, but if you're good at him, you can dominate way harder. Is he easy to pick up though? He doesn't have a high skill floor in my opinion. I picked him up when he came out. He was to be fair, he was very broken on release, but he was just so easy. Like, you don't need to learn every ins and outs of this character to be good at him. Like, he's just that strong right now. But you do need just a little bit of practice, and you'll be fine with him. Now, this is gonna be a hot take, I think, but I think Bebop is high skill ceiling. Now, I haven't played him much, but he's not just a guy who throws bomb at people and, leave. He can be played in very, very unique ways. He can be a spirit bomb guy with his ult. He can be a gun damage guy. He can be a utility guy. He can be a lot of things. Like, this character is very flexible. I think people don't give him... I think people, don't play him... I don't see him played as efficiently as he should be played. Like, it's so rare for me to see a really good Bebop who adapts to any situation. And he does have that capability. Like, he can be very creative with his grabs. If you can do a good grab, that can really affect one fight. Especially if you grab people from vents, like he just show off. And of course, comboing people with his throwing punch thing while grabbing, while you can juggle with this character, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You can juggle stuff, but he is a low skill floor character. You don't need these stuff to be good at him. You'll have moderate success just by knowing, you know, just some basic combos here and there and what to build. Billy, unfortunately, goes in the low skill ceiling. I'm sorry, Billy Mays. Like, this character's only skill that you can sort of demonstrate, and it's very good, it will win you games, is melee and self-control. Self-controlling yourself to not spam your melee or like light melees to greed, knowing how to bait it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much Billy. Billy is a very basic character. I like that about him. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But you are limited to what you can do, I think. His 2 can be good for movement, but it's because now you can use it in the air, like you can use it vertically, but it's still, and obviously, as I said, low skill floor. So far we only have low skill floor characters, but don't worry, we'll get to them. Calico. I will say that this character has high skill ceiling. Now, her kit looks basic. It is basic, but executing it well and being efficient with it is the difference between a good and a bad player. Obviously, knowing when to roam, how to roam, what routes to take when you roam to also get boxes on the way or sinners or stealing. Like, you need to be moving around the map so much. So yeah, if you're really good with this character, you can be all over the map and people will be really annoyed that you're always there, you're always in fights, you're always taking urns, you're always doing this and that. There's also knowing routes for the REM tunnels. Like, in this current patch, she is very weak, but only good Calico players will be able to like make her look so strong and unbroken. So yeah, Squishy Assassin will always like be like sort of high skill ceiling type of character. Okay, so if you're wondering why my voice might be different or why these are a bit jumbled up, it's because my headphones shut off without me knowing and all my audio was basically not there. And I had to re-record all these, which were like, you know, 45 minutes. So anyways, would I put Calico on high skill floor or low skill floor? I'll put her actually on high skill floor, especially at the moment in the current patch. She's not very strong right now. Like, you need to be really accurate with how you do stuff, especially how you move around the map and how you use her cat. Roaming, ganks, knowing when to gank, knowing to press the F1, F2 keys, you know, just to quickly check up on the situation of your current allies. I think, yeah, that does warrant her to put in high skill floor. Celeste, just because that she needs to, like, you need to know how to B-hop, you know, for you to be doing stuff right now. Like, on release, you can just pick her up and we'll be doing, and you can do crazy damage without knowing how to B-hop and stuff. Her damage was just that strong that she just spams abilities and wins fights. But right now that's not the case. She's still very strong right now, but only like in good hands. People who, you know somewhat how to B-hop and how to be, you know, always in the air and always jumping around and hard to catch. And that's why also she's high skill ceiling, because there's just so much. Like, you can just watch videos and videos of people just movement maxing with her, like literally movement maxing. People will be moving crazy fast when they really masters her movement. It's so insane. Now, Doorman, you're gonna call me biased, but he is high skill floor. I think most people will argue that. People might say, oh, he only presses 3 buttons. Well, that's more than most characters. Like, this game is, you know, relatively basic in terms of how a character's kit is played. Like, the game is deep and you need to learn a lot about it, and it's all macro. Like, there's no how to play certain characters depth. Like, the characters themselves are mostly overall very simple to play. Like, the difference between high skill floor and low skill floor is not really that high, but we're speaking relative to other characters. So relative to other characters, these characters are high skill floor, you know, to these characters. Like, when you stop playing Doorman, you're not gonna get, you know, instantly good kidnaps and good usage of door and, you know, knowing all the door ranges from, you know, from at the top of your head. Like, a good Doorman players will know the ranges, and obviously he can be played at a high skill level. You've seen Joe Chuck, you've seen Piggy play him, and when people say Doorman is a gimmick character that only relies on kidnaps, that's not the case. A good Doorman player will rely not only kidnapping, but also utility, be able to provide support, be able to provide damage when needed. He's a very, very flexible character, and he can be played in so many ways depending on the game and what the game needs. And a good Doorman player will be able to determine what playstyle he should use in certain games. Drifter is going to the low skill floor. I'm sorry, but this character is an M1 character. Like, the only skill thing that you might struggle with somehow when you start picking him up is landing the mark thing, but it's not really that hard. And I'll pull up also in low skill ceiling because, like, come on, bro. He's like, wait, what are you gonna do really other than M1 people? Like, there's not much else to do with the character. The only skill thing that you can learn with him that needs practice is landing his mark on certain camps from far away to travel around the map. But even that, I've rarely seen used. Dynamo, no need to linger. Low skill floor, very easy support if you want to win games right now and you're low ranks. Pick him up, spam him non-stop, you'll do very fine. But he's a low skill ceiling character. Your value in a team is not gonna increase the more you learn him. Graves, we all know, auto targets, skulls, auto targets, and you know, the grave thing, it does the job for you. I disagree that she does the necromancy fantasy very well. She does not do that well. I just think that as a necromancer design kits, it's boring. I was wishing that she does control the zombies herself, or you control a dead body of a dead enemy or a dead ally, but no, it's just you spawn minions and they do things for you. That's basically it. The only thing that you could learn with her is, you know, go on YouTube and just see tombstone placements around the map, because there's some cheesy places that you can place to make it really hard for people to break it. Very Talon, normal sniper, and he just, you know, he feels bland right now. He feels out of place in my opinion. But I will say that there is a lot to learn with his owl. There's also the tech with his snare thing, where you can throw it and basically shoot it down. And it's not that big. The snare thing is not that big, so landing that shot, like landing it in the air to disrupt someone, maybe a 7 ult, is not very easy. But you can also learn like owl sort of maneuvers to get it to like quickly get it to rejuve without slowing down too much to make the quick turns. So there is a lot of stuff that you can learn and practice, so I'll give him that. Haze, M1 character. If you know how to shoot, there you go. If you don't know how to shoot, sleep dart, alt, there you go. Job done. Oh, but you need to know how to move around the map and you know how to get good macro. That's every character. Every character needs to know how to move around the map and how to you know ambush someone or that. Like, every character can do that. That's not exclusive to Haze's kits. Plus, she goes invisible. Like, you don't need to be that sneaky. Now watch the Haze mains come to the comments and call me slurs. I'm a Doorman main. I eat that by breakfast. Holiday. Holiday is high skill floor, high skill ceiling. With a big caveat. Before you think about, maybe I should pick Holiday. Hold on a second. Before you indulge in this insufferable, annoying, agonizing trip and adventure to learn Holiday, know this: you will work, you will practice a lot, you will get good, really good, and then you will do the craziest, most difficult combo ever, only to deal a little bit of itsy bitsy damage, okay, to a drifter. And then the drifter will look back at you, M1 you, and you die instantly. That's how it goes. You will do so much for so little. This character, in my opinion, is so weak for the amount of work that you need to output. Like, I'm not saying make her easier. Don't. Keep her as is. Just make quick combos and difficult maneuvers that take a lot of skill to land and do more damage. like stackable damage maybe. So like it's not like you don't get one barrel and you get a lot of damage. Like maybe like with a combo it deals a lot of damage. So you can reward players, the holiday players that love practicing her and getting good at her. Like I respect holiday mains, I genuinely do, because they do so much work for nothing and they get nothing. That doesn't mean that you cannot carry with her. You can carry, but it just takes so much work. Infernus, low skill floor, apply your fire, put oil, dash, go to rejuve, ult in the rejuve. But yeah, I just think he's alright. That's not a bad thing. I like Infernus. I just don't like him when, you know, he's too dominating in the meta. Kelvin is the needle that goes way up my behind and, you know, really, you know, rearranges stuff in me. This character is the bane of my existence. I hate Kelvin with passion. Notice how I said passion? Passion. He doesn't take much to do. Like it doesn't take much skill to like win games with him and be effective and impactful. But to be fair, there is somewhat some things, you know, that you can get really good at and get extra efficient with, you know. And that's, yeah, with a lot of, like, that's normal with a lot of guys, but with him, when you get good at like you know, landing grenades from far away, doing these clutch saves, knowing how to use his ice bridge thing, not only as a movement ability but like to block places. Like there's a lot of ways that he can be played creatively that I rarely see. But yeah, I think I'll just put him here in the middle. Like it's not that much, but yeah. It's nice to meet you, Lady Geist. Lady Geist is, you know, very simple as well. I put a low skill floor, abilities not hard to land. You're low, ult someone. If they silence you, just smell magic and then ult. Very easy. It doesn't have that crazy, you know, text and whatever, so I don't think I'll put a high skill ceiling, but I think also it's not fair to put her in low skill ceiling. Like, she can be very dominant character if she's played and positioned very well. She does have like a bit of few playstyles here and there that, you know, I think give her that bit of an edge that the more you play her, the more you'll understand her and the more you can adapt to games with her. The Lash! We'll put him here. I'll put him in high skill floor. People will think, oh, Lash is just easy, you know, flying in the air and ult, which, yeah, that part is easy to do when you get used to, like, the range and stuff. I wouldn't put him, like, the same skill floor as these characters, definitely not. He does have, like, a lot of movement text that he can do, and he can be very untouchable with him if you know how to, like, juke people and maneuver around. And he's the character that would just bait you into, you fly in the air, and you see someone and then you want to do your something, but that's not always the best thing to do. You need to manage your cooldowns, you need to manage when you have your 2 so you can know that you can get out, because he's a squishy character. He goes all in, but he is squishy, you know. And obviously I will put him in high skill ceiling. McGinnis, very straightforward, a bit annoying, a bit bothersome, stand still, shoot, she's very sluggish, put turrets down, you know, stuff happens. Mina Ha. Mina Ha is very straightforward. Keep shooting people, apply swing, you're in trouble, go to bats, back away. And that's it. She's very basic in that aspect, but the more you learn her, the more rewarding she will be. And you must to like get to a high level with her and be able to dominate games. And, you know, not just, you know, coin flip stuff, and actually like be the person that impacts the game. She can't do that. And you have to learn her movement abilities and, you know, the text with her umbrella and stuff. That definitely like bumps her up high, because his strongest like aspect in my opinion is her ganks, when she comes out of nowhere and just bats someone when they're not ready really to like dash away from her or have any cover to run to. And her ult can melt people if, you know, if they don't have anywhere to run to. Mirage in my opinion is like sort of the same case as Mina. Like their kits are similar in a weird way. They both have like a attack, you know, just M1 passive ability that just, you know, destroys people's health and chunks them down. And they have like both have a getaway thing and can roam very quick. But Mina is just a better Mirage in my opinion. Like if you're thinking, oh, which one should I play, Mina or Mirage? Always pick Mina. He has way more potential than Mirage. And while Mirage, you could say, oh, you know, knowing when to go on the map and how to maneuver around. Like you could argue that Mirage has high skill ceiling in terms of knowing where to ult and at one time, so you can be always around the map, but I feel like that's not a Mirage skill and more like overall game knowledge skill, which it has nothing related to his kit. Mo and Krill, the Shud characters, low skill floor, low skill ceiling. Play him, have fun. That's it. There's not much to say about those two. That's all they do. Ult someone, be tanky, be unkillable. That's it. There's not much that this character has, and that's fine. Like, that is fine. I'm fine with these characters having this boring design. That not every character needs to be immensely complex. Variety is good. Paige is a low skill floor character. You can play her and be fine, you know, focus on supporting your allies, don't go damage, don't go gun page. You know, you want to have fun, yeah, do that, but if you want to win games, you know, just be a normal support. Pick support items, counter pick people, get slowing hex if you're against Mina, get anvil if you're against Vindecta, you know, just be that person. Now, I will put her in the middle purely for one thing, one ability that she can use, and if you get really good at it, you can impact games way more. A lot of people complain that, how can I win my game if my teammates are feeding or like really losing lane hard in other lanes? And I cannot control that, and I cannot make impact there because the laning phase is not done yet and the enemy team is already fed. Well, with Paige, if you're able to know, because if you click F1, F2, F3 keys on your keyboard, you can see the perspective of your allies. You can also see their health on the top side of your screen. So knowing those two, you can use because her ult is global, you can use it for your allies. You can use it to like make insane saves. Like, I've seen a lot of clips of people using Paige ult from really far away to save rejuve, to save teammates in lanes. It's crazy good how much utility her ult gives and how global it is. But it is risky because you could waste it and miss entirely. But that's why I think it's like sort of in the middle. Like, that's the only thing she has that has high skill ceiling thing. That's why I'm putting it in the middle. Paradox is pretty basic, very straightforward abilities, not very complex. I'm kind of perplexed because I've seen people play her at a high skill level, definitely, like landing her ult without slowing someone, but I'm just not very sure. I don't know, I haven't played Paradox enough to know if she has any like hidden texts or whatever. I don't know, for now I'll put a low skill C, but you know, you can tell me in the comments if you think otherwise. Like, all these, hey, open to arguments, open to debates, you know. Prove me wrong. These are, you know, still opinions, but you know, my mind is changeable. I'm not a brick wall. You can talk to me and we can, you know, discuss stuff. Pockets, I would say his high skill floor. Not easy playing Pocket at a level where you're not dying constantly when you first pick him up. Because when you first pick him up, you're gonna die a lot. You're gonna mess up your combos a lot. You're gonna misclick your cloak too early, or misclick your case when you're not actually in danger. It takes a lot of skill from him to like know and be able to also like listen to audio cues as well, to be able to react and, you know, hide in your suitcase before you receive some damage. And that, yeah, obviously puts him in high skill ceiling. You know, you've seen Ado play him. He can be played at crazy good levels. Like, I've faced Pockets that are untouchable, even though he does lose HP very quick. I just cannot touch him to make him lose that HP. And he still does a lot of damage to you and others while, you know, like all over the map. Ram, little devil, little Satan. Little Satan, we'll put him low skill ceiling. Not that difficult to play. 8 minutes, you roam around, you get sinners, you try not to get caught, and yeah, that's it. Low skill floor as well. Low skill ceiling. You're dependent on your allies, really. Also, if you're playing Ram, don't steal your own sinners. Don't steal your own sinners. No. 7 is very straightforward character and extremely fun in my opinion. I played him a few. He's like my second pick, my emergency pick, and the reason I play him is because, well, he's easy. He's very easy, and you feel like you get like this power surge, no pun intended, when you get fed or you get a lot of souls on him. Like, you get this spike in power that feels so good. First 20 minutes of the game, farm. you don't want to fight much. If you're not good at him, I'm saying that when you're not good at him, when you don't know how to play him, just farm, side lane, take walkers safely, like push wave, do some damage to walker maybe, then back up, do a camp, push wave again, do a camp, push wave, and you're just, you know, farming alone and solo, maybe join the occasional fights with ults on Earn, you know. Is he high skill ceiling? Actually, no. I wouldn't put him high skill ceiling. There are some things to him, but like it's not high skill ceiling worthy. Shiv, this little monkey, I'll put him in low skill floor. His knives are not that hard to land. They're a big hitbox. His knives are big hitbox. Like people will say like, oh, his knives are, you know, not easy to land. They're easy. I've landed them. They're not that hard, but I will say that he has a high skill ceiling just purely, okay? He's put in high skill ceiling purely because of his shotgun movement ability, you know, where he pushes himself and he can maneuver around. But also that he can, you know, he can be played like creatively, especially because his ult is now like not a point and click anymore, it's a skill shot. So that does put him like in high skill ceiling. He can be played insanely well, but he's still broken right now, in my opinion. He's very strong. Silver is low skill floor. Like you'll notice that there's a lot of skill floor characters and not much high skill floor, and that's fine. That's okay. This is still my personal opinion, but the difference in gap between those is not that much. So don't think that how are you saying these are like you impossible to play, you know, to pick up, and these are very easy. No, some people might struggle with silver at the start and not struggle with Celeste maybe, but this is just an overall general opinion. So yeah, I don't think she's very hard to play and pick up. You can do fine with her, especially when she first released. Oh my god, bro, anyone can play when she first released. I think I'll just put her here. I'll put her in the middle. I'm not gonna put her any higher, but there are ways that she needs to be played because she's very squishy in her human form. Ivy, cute little Ivy. I think, yeah, I think Saver's Spanish Harlem is, you know, very basic, very fun to play, very straightforward. He does need some, you know, some stuff to get used to, maybe her ultimate, just slightly, you know, in practice tool, like just 10 minutes and like, okay, you know the buttons, it's fine, that's it. But I will say that she can be very effective if you know how to play her properly, in a very proper way. In what way I mean? Lots of ganks, lots of roams, being all over the map, paying attention to the map and knowing when to use your ult. Who to ult, how to combo your ult. You need to be the shot caller when you play Ivy. If you want to play her and win a lot of games, you need to be the one who makes the shots. Bebop, ult right now, I can ult you, we chase them down with laser or with Dynamo, I can drop you in. Her ult can be used in a lot of good teamworking situations that will not work if you don't call it out. Some people, like, you need to sometimes micromanage some people, and with Ivy I think you have that ability. Sinclair, this whack-ass divorce couple in trouble, I wouldn't put them in like low skill floor. I think yeah, they are straightforward, but they're easy to mess up, you know. It's easy to fuck something up when you're playing as Sinclair. Like if you're playing them normally as a spirit character, their damage is gonna be underwhelming. The draft is pretty random. You don't know what ults you're gonna be able to steal in what game. So you're basically winging it every game. Like having a high win rate on Sinclair means that you can adjust and adapt no matter the draft. I will put him in high skill ceiling because he can use other people's ults in tandem with like synergizing it with his own abilities. I see people use that very creatively in ways that are very good. The Venator, I will say he's a low skill floor, very basic character, very straightforward. Venator, this might be a hot take, but I'll put him in high skill floor. Landing your grenade from far away isn't the easiest compared to like most other abilities, and knowing how to shotgun someone at a certain angle that you want also isn't easy. Like the shotgun is simple, but using it in ways that are effective is a bit, you know, it's not that straightforward. Also his traps, when you throw them down, like when you first use them, they're not gonna land where you want to land because, you know, you don't know how far they go when you first place them. Other than that, I think he's, you know, very basic character. There you go, made a specific spot for him to be in the middle. And now while we're at it, we're gonna put her as well. We're gonna put Silver there as well, since I was a bit confused with her. But is he high skill ceiling? I think not. I think that's it with him. Victor, very easy, very low skill floor, no movement, nothing, just run to people and live in the moment. That's it. Vindecta. I'll put the Vindecta here, to be honest. I don't think she's very difficult to play. She has a lot of like items and abilities that sort of counter her, but nothing that she can't counterspell or dispel magic. Yeah, people can get Phantom Strike against you, and you might want to predict that one to counterspell it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward character. Fly in the air and shoot people and snipe them. Now, Viscous, the only reason I'm going to put Viscous in high skill floor is because of two things, okay? His paddle punch and how you can use it effectively to, to move your own self in some situations. His ult, on the other hand, is also like not the easiest to maneuver. Like when you first pick it up, you need to sort of like practice a little bit to know the best ways and the best ways to control it. Because when you first use it, you're not gonna know how to move around much. It's like using ball from Overwatch. Like you need to sling yourself in certain directions and you use the bounce mechanic to more efficiently like perma-stun people or be doing as much damage as you can with the ult. And I'm gonna put him obviously in high skill ceiling because this character, whoa, they can fly around the map very quick. Vyper, do I need to say anything? I don't think I need to say anything. Low skill floor, instantly. Low skill ceiling, also instantly. Only skill she has, petrify. That's it. She petrifies you. Warden, easy character, very easy, very easy. He, for some reason, is very hard to kill. Is he a frontliner like what some people say? Up to debate. I'm not going to debate that, but he is very, very simple character. Is he or is he not high skill ceiling? No, he's very low skill floor. Like, just put the hook on people when they're slowed down with your grenade, and then ult, and then you'll do crazy damage. Have a rem with you or some support to give you extra barriers and shields on top of the ones that you already have, and give you more bullet resist and spirit resist, more than the one you already have or you already get with your ult. And yeah, dominate. Wraith. Man, do I hate this character so much. Is it low skill floor? As much as I hate Wraith, I'm gonna put her here. Now why, Kazoo man? Well, ever since the change that they put out, where each card has a different effect, I think, even though that doesn't really impact that much, in most games, I think it sort of warrants her to be in the middle, okay? Because it's stuff that you do need to learn that are more than, what other characters would be. But that's the only reason I put her in the middle, honestly. Other than that, she's a basic M1 character. Now, is she high skill ceiling because of that? I don't know, man. I hate the character. I want to put a low skill ceiling, but I feel like she can be played in a high level. But at the same time, I'll put her here. I'll put her in the middle. I think in the middle is a good balance. Yamato is low skill floor, hard to miss your abilities, almost impossible to miss your abilities. If you miss your abilities, you're ass if you miss your abilities. Is it high skill ceiling though? Yeah, I think she's very high skill ceiling. There's a lot of stuff and text and moving text that you can do with her hook thing, that you can like basically fly around people and dodge stuff. Like, I've seen her get in, destroy someone, and then get out, just using her too. Because it is something that you need to sort of, practice more often than what other characters do. Because, you need to know a bit of her range, and, to be, and knowing when exactly to ult to dodge certain abilities, because you are invulnerable during your ult. And there we go, that's it. That's my skill ceiling floor ranking system on Deadlock characters. If you disagree with any of these, please do let me know. These are my subjective opinion, and if you disagree with any characters, very open to debating and your arguments, and we can talk about it and see if I'm wrong on certain stuff or if I'm a really dirtbag and low human being for being a Doorman main. Throw your slurs, criticisms in the comments below. And don't forget, I stream Deadlock every single day, almost every single day, and try to upload some shorts and some videos, so please do check out other videos that this video is recommending for you. And that's it, and bye bye, see you later.